But let's talk about you a little bit. What drives you? Besides this thing of wanting to help people, what's underneath all of this? Where does this come from?
I'm not sure if it does go deeper than helping people. Like, I guess I'm a empathizer. So when someone else is excited, I feel excited. When someone else feels a sense of motivation, then I also feel like glad for them. And when someone's feeling shitty or down, unfortunately, I also feel kind of shitty and down. So it's yeah, I guess I'm living through others as well as in my own life, and that's why I function that way.
Mm. Is it clear to you what's important to you in life?
I think so. I mean, important to me is that the people around me feel that they're always growing and that they're always safe and they will always have me there. Maybe not in my perfect form, but I will always be there to walk that journey with them. To me, it's that simple.
You're not just talking about work right now. Yeah, you're just talking about the people who are important to you in life.
Yeah.
And so you would stop your answer there. It seems like you were quite sure of that when I asked you what's important. It seems to be about the relationships. Is that fair?
Yeah, I guess so. A long time ago, someone asked me, if you were just by yourself in this amazing place, would you like it? And like the incredible waterfall with the sun hitting it just right and all the trees like smelling amazing and looking amazing. Would you like it if you were just by yourself? And the funny thing is that I don't think, I mean, I think I'd appreciate to a degree, but then I'd be appreciated because I'm going to tell someone that I love about how amazing it was. And if I could never tell anyone or no one could ever share it with me, I don't know that I would actually think it was that amazing. So I think I'm a person who's like, a lot of my life is about relationships. But also, something else comes to mind when you say important. I don't know whether it's a good description or not, but I really do live for simple moments, like where you catch a sunset in the middle of the city and for some reason you can actually chase it through the corridors of the HDB, or you can like take a lift up or a couple of stairs up and see it from the rooftop here. A simple thing like that, or just how, a lot of days when Mikayla sees me now, she's seen me many days of her life. She's just like, oh, hi, mama. But some days she still goes, mama. And then you can hear in her voice, yeah, just that feeling that I'm really special and that she's really glad that I'm there in that moment. Or sometimes the opposite, where she's in distress and then she needs you. She goes, mama, like she really, really needs me. And yeah, I think those simple moments for me, I live for. I don't know if it makes them important, but
Were you always like that? Or did you learn that skill at some point?
and now that I'm talking about it, I think I might put the word wonder in there. I think I like the emotion of wonder. Like you wonder about something. Is it wonder?
Feels like wonder is more than curiosity.
Yeah. I guess it's connected and it's related to what I said. That's not exactly what I said, but I really love that trait of wonder. Of I wonder what that's like. Wonder what's around that corner.
Just possibility.
Yeah, the possibility of the hope, the curiosity is all in one. And I do think that part of it might be my dad's influence there. I think
Tell me.
often would take me, randomly on a walk and we're by the stream and he says, oh, what's that? Can you see that thing under there? And he would point things out to me that made me start having that excitement about the world. I think it might have started there and then I ran with it. Yeah.
Is there anything that you struggle with? I think it's very common for people in helping professions, whether you're a doctor or a therapist or a coach or a trainer, where people from the outside looking in will think like, oh, you're a therapist, you must have your shit together all the time. And you must know exactly what to do in an argument. And you must have the perfect relationships. It's just like with the trainer, right? They look at you, be like, oh, you must have a perfect body. You must not ever want to like eat sweets and whatever. What's it like for you in your personal life?
I think it's hard because sometimes in your outside of work life, you know what you're supposed to be doing, and when you see that you can't do it, it really frustrates you. Like me having a go at you for not validating me better, and then realizing that I'm really bad at validating you as well, right? That I'm not doing the things that I'm asking you to do. That's really frustrating, right? It's like I know the steps to you feeling validated and for you knowing that I understand what you're saying. But in the moment, I'm not able to do that. And it really frustrates me and upsets me.
Right.
Like, you know that you're supposed to help and then let your client go do it themselves. But in life itself, I want to help you, but then I can't stop myself from trying to meddle in it. You know, like trying to, or Mikayla, right? It's like I know she needs to do it herself, but I can't help myself from trying to make her or push her to do it the certain way she's supposed to do it.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, in a lot of the people I talk to on this podcast, everybody's dealing with some form of tension themselves, whether it's a parenthood and work thing, or it's a well-being and ambition thing. A lot of the clients that we see here, they have hit a point in life in some way where they realize that I don't have the right tools to handle the stress that I'm under right now, so I need to explore different things. Or I've pushed so hard in one direction, I've let my health fall apart in this way. I need help. What's the tension for you right now? What is the push and pull, the tug of war that you're stuck in the middle of that you can't seem to figure out?
Well, I think the first one that comes to mind, which is a perennial one for me, and I go through cycles, and I always come back to the same question. It's how much should I push, or how much should I just live with ease and go with the flow, right? So pushing intentionality, striving versus just being, just flowing, right? I think my natural is just flow, but I live in a world where everyone else says I should be striving and pushing. I have a dad who says you could be so much more if you applied yourself, if you pushed harder for it. So that's always in my mind of whether I should do more, whether it's parenting or whether it's in my relationship or whether it's in at work, right? With my relationship, I'm like, oh, should I talk more about this? Should we have more date nights? Should we go for more couples workshops? Should I say more what's bothering me or what I need? Or should I just let it be and know that there's safety in just being, right? And not trying to change everything. And same thing with parenting, same thing with work.
When you feel that type of pressure, let's think about something really relatable like the should I be doing more with work sort of situation. On a bad day and you haven't slept well and you're feeling maybe a little bit lacking and a little bit like you should be doing more, you're feeling a bit insecure, maybe a bit inadequate about it. What does the pressure feel like? And taking from a conversation today, whether that's behavioral, emotional, or cognitive, or somatic, what does that feel like for you?
Suppose emotionally it can feel like I feel worried that I'm behind or not enough or I haven't tried hard enough. And then I go pretty cognitively into assessing it. Like, is it true? Have I not done enough? Should I think this way about things? I think sometimes the mistake I make, which is funny because it's something that I always talk to clients about, is I probably don't stay long enough in the emotional side of things before I move into the cognitive.
Interesting. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
And if you were from the outside looking in as a therapist, why would you say that might be something you want to address?
Because I don't spend enough time fully exploring the emotion to understand it before I try and fix it or make sense of it.
And what's the downstream effect of that?
Is that there are parts of the emotion that still don't feel heard or seen, so they linger or they come out in different ways, right? Like you yell at your kid when you don't mean to, or you start crying, or you have a neck ache or whatever. It comes out in these different ways because you haven't spent enough time just sitting with it and understanding and hearing it. And I think I do that, is try and make sense of it and fix it before I'd actually felt what I'm feeling.
I think it's so hard as parents, and if you're working and you're trying to do all of the stuff, to give yourself the time to do that. Or at least for myself, it's I'll just deal with it later, or like there's more important stuff, more urgent stuff that I need to deal with now. A kid needs to be put to bed, or I have to do this work call or whatever.
But that's why some of the things that I think people are trying to integrate into their lives right now are things like therapy,
Yeah.
are things like a cold plunge. They're things that you schedule into your day, and it's a catalyst to doing the things that you know are important.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I love being in this industry, whatever the hell this industry is called now. There's like a collective consciousness that is saying to adults, hey, we need to take better care of ourselves. And I love being in the middle of it because nobody has all the answers, but if you can provide an environment where, listen, I'm not sure, but let's talk about it and we'll do our best to get you in front of the right people. And, we might have to stumble our way into it and make the best decisions we can. But if you got the right team of people around you who are willing to walk those miles with you, it's like therapy, right? It's a messy process sometimes. And if you have someone to sort of partner with to walk through, it at least becomes more of an adventure than chaos, right? Listen, we don't have any time left. I do have one question, though, to sort of wrap this up, and feel free to take your time to think about it. With the context and sort of like the backdrop of all the people that you've spoken to over your almost 20 years as a therapist, if you could leave our audience with one simple message today that they can write down, that they can think about, that they can chew on, that maybe you wish all your clients would just learn to embody because it would help them feel better or be better friends to themselves, that you think might have a pretty high likelihood of positively impacting our mental well-being, what would it be?
Well, I think I'd probably give you different answers depending on how long I was given to think about it. But I think the one that comes up for now is people will say all sorts of things to you about how you should be living your life, but you're the only one who actually has to live that life. And so make sure that whatever people say to you, you try it and you experience it and you know in yourself, and you don't bullshit yourself about how it feels. You feel within yourself whether that feels right to you, and then keep chasing that, keep looking for that, keep asking yourself, how does this really feel for me to be living it? And you can talk all you want to talk and you can think all you want to think, but how you actually feel when you're doing it is your experience of life.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Made me feel like crying a little bit.